What he's saying is that a military commander behind his back is telling him what to do, and you're the administrator of that military command. And that military command is now committing war crimes on international soil against the civilian population that are an imperial crown, are the sons of their Anzac. Do you understand now? I'm putting you on notice. You go and advise your entire fucking territory government right now that you've been put on notice by a bunch of people that know who they are, know where they fit in international law, will stand up for themselves, will raise their flag, and will finally defend themselves against you if you do not listen. Thank you.
It helps contact tracers to quickly identify, test, and isolate at-risk people. If there is a positive case in the community, it is mandatory for all businesses, organisations, community groups, venues.
Hello, Christine speaking.
Chrissy, is it? Or Christine?
Christine.
Christine, and you are?
I'm the Deputy Official Secretary. How can I help you?
Right, of the Administrator's Office.
Yes.
Okay, I have a real problem.
Called.
Yeah. No, and I'm going to be as polite as I can to you because you've got a nice, sweet voice. I'm not very happy with what's going on in your Northern Territory right now, and it seems to be the trigger to start something across this entire land. All right, we know about your vaccine passports. Okay, this has been a trigger through every state, not just the Northern Territory. Now, I'm going to point something out in that we're a little bit wiser than you think we are. Your NT Chief Minister, my name's Steve.
Yeah.
Now, I attacked the one before Giles. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And he quit while he was overseas, while I was attacking him. Because you were trying to sell power and water at the time.
Yeah.
Right, and I was attacking the Parliament over the fact that you were selling power and water.
Adam Giles, I just said.
Yeah, and before Adam Giles. And then I tried to go and attend Adam Giles' swearing in, his oath taking at Government House. And of course, they mobbed me and threw me out. Didn't want me voicing my opinions when it came to that oath taking.
No.
Right, now we get to a crux of the matter.
Yeah, tell me.
You're not an imperial crown as displayed on the shrine of remembrance that was laid down by our established forefathers. We are. And I'm putting that blunt on the table.
Yeah.
Because there are international conventions and treaties that now come into play. And now that we recognise who we are in that international law, and we recognise that you, and I'm talking about your office, I don't know how much you know.
Yeah.
But I know a lot. Obviously, I've been around for over a decade. Okay? I know your office is not Australian. It's not part of the Commonwealth. It is administered by foreign power. You are an administrator on behalf of something foreign to what our Anzac died for. This puts you in an international game on a level where international war crimes come into play. Okay, because we can now stand up for ourselves. We have our foundations, we know our Anzac, we know who we are. We know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm trying to be polite. I'm not happy with the way that these war crimes are being committed in Katherine right now as we speak. And I've got elders from Larrakia and Arunta screaming down videos, panicking, because you have used the Australian Defence Force under a St Edward's crown, foreign to our imperial crown, right, against the civilians of occupied territory we call the Northern Territory.
Yeah.
And I know the history of the Northern Territory. We can go through the Wasteland Acts of 1863, through the whole handovers to become who you are today. And just to be a bit of a smart ass, I can walk around the corner and go and get Graham Nicholson. He's the one that wrote your NT Constitution. Right. And they've got a library in the Supreme Court building called the Graham Nicholson Library. So I think I know a little bit more about what's going on than you think. Right.
No, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to
Don't say opinion because this is fact. Right. Now, if the Australian Defence Force are in Katherine right now committing war crimes against Australian civilians that are not part of your St Edward's Crown, i.e. Aborigine, on their communities, total fucking disgrace, sorry for swearing, but do you think that that's a total disgrace to go and attack the total underclass of society first? Right, and then the mandates. Now, we know a little bit more in the fact that your whole entire land titles are now owned by Bill Gates, Warren Buffett and all those rich banksters that offered $130 trillion to run your territory into the future.
Yeah.
Right. So if they're the tenant owners, we're the naked owners under that tenancy, and I'm asking you to cancel their land title. That's all I'm asking you to do. And you won't do that because you don't have the power to do that because you work for them. Right? And what I'm telling you is that your papal Catholic Church in Darwin there that seems to occupy and believe that it runs Darwin straight from the papal seat in Rome. I know a lot, lady. Okay? Yeah. I went through the entire...
I've read a lot of what you're talking about.
Right, so
what... down a lot of those things because I'm
what
very
do we do? What do we do to
prevent...
Right, now, I know who I am.
Yeah.
In relation to this war and that you're an occupier and I'm merely a prisoner to this game. Okay, and the Geneva Conventions, Hague, Nuremberg, all apply to someone that can stand in that grounding. So if you come and jab me, I'll come and turn around in a court if I survive your poisoning. Because the other side of this is, why are you arriving in Katherine with body bags, knowing that people will die from your jabby? Right. So I'm telling you in a recorded phone call where I have you recorded listening to this entire conversation that you as administrators in that administrator's office have now committed international war crimes going against The Hague, the Geneva, going against several other treaties with Paris, Ghent, right? There are older treaties that are involved here as well. And that has made you all technical war criminals that would make you sit before things like a Nuremberg trial where Hess was hung. Okay, so you're Michael Gunner. Now, I'm going to point this out very, very clearly because I've got your attention. Is that we
have you spoken to the Chief Minister's office?
I try. I'll ring back. But what I can tell you is this, is that we as the people on the other side of the fence, we don't see him as the decision maker. Because every time he gets on the TV, have a look at Jackie Lambie. You have a minister that is so fearful for his life that he's taken an oath to a foreign power that has put him under the peril of his life, so he can't tell us the truth. And he stands there with a fearful look in his eyes on the TV this morning or yesterday and says, we're coming to jab the population of the Northern Territory. What he's saying is that a military commander behind his back is telling him what to do, and you're the administrator of that military command. And that military command is now committing war crimes on international soil against the civilian population that are an imperial crown, are the sons of their Anzacs. Do you understand now? I'm putting you on notice. You go and advise your entire fucking territory government right now that you've been put on notice by a bunch of people that know who they are, know where they fit in international law, will stand up for themselves, will raise their flag, and will finally defend themselves against you if you do not listen. Which means that they may end up killing you. Because if you do not listen and we know you're a foreigner on this land, we will defend ourselves. Does that make it clear?
Yes.
Right. Now you get out there and you talk to Michael Gunner and you say to him, why have you got a fearful look in your eyes? You tell that man that we can see that he's shit fucking scared. You tell that man that we can see directly through his eyes to the military commander that's giving him the commands to go down to Katherine and poison our civilians. You're committing war crimes in the Northern Territory right now on behalf of bankers that you just admitted to knowing about.
Yeah.
Right. Get off your ass, go down there, start spreading that message. We're coming for you. Got it?
Yes.
Right. Leaving you to it. Thank you very, very, very much for your time. You've been a
No
wonderful
worries,
lady.
All right.
Right,
I
you've got
wish you all the best.
No, don't tell me all the best. I'm wishing you all the best, because when this country wakes up to what you're fucking doing, you're the ones that are going to be running. You're the ones that are going to be scared. You jabbed our population. Get that in your heads.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh,
Right.
all right, got it.
Go and tell them. Go and tell them.
Ooh, temperatures rising in Australia. If you all haven't seen the videos, then I suggest you go and see them, because everything's coming true. They are going in there and they are force injecting people at gunpoint with army. You know, everybody said they couldn't do this, right? They are actually doing this. So share the video if you can, if you're not too scared to share.